Assalamu alaikum students, your instructor Abdul Rafi here for accounting and mathematics for Cambridge IGCSE A levels, O levels and Pearson Edexcel as well. So today topic is incomplete records for the IGCSE Accounting 0452. Same question can come in 7707 O levels accounting as well. This topic is incomplete records where you'll have to find some missing figures, some missing items based on whatever the question is asking you. Okay, so we are going to solve the complete 20 marks question in this video, as well as this is basically 2020-22, which is very recent paper, and I hope everyone will focus carefully with your calculators on hand because we'll be doing a lot of working and calculations and understanding as well. So let's read the question and start solving it. So we have a person, Stella, or whatever pronunciation you want, but Stella is starting trading on 1st April. Once you read this information, you should be very clear, students, that the year is starting on 1st April 2021 and the year will end on 30th March, okay, 31st March 2022 as written at the end of the first question. Okay, if it's starting in April, we are going to end it in March. Okay, it's written here, bank balance at the end of the date, and this is how it goes. Okay, so here we go. All receipts are paid into the bank, which means whatever income you are making or whatever is coming, whatever you are receiving, they will be paid into the bank account. And all the payments that you are making, all the expenses, all the payments that you are making from the same bank account. She has, whenever you read this statement, she has not kept a full set of books, but has provided the following information. Whenever you read this blue line, okay, she has not kept a full set of books, you should realize, students, that it is going to be, sir, an incomplete records question. Something is definitely missing, okay? So here we go. Let's start. You have been given all the receipts, okay? Your capital that was introduced. So you put money, you put capital to start the business. Very simple. You have received, you need some loan. So external financing. आपने किसी बाहर से लोन ले लिया ताकि आप अपने expenses कर सकें, अपना business को start कर सकें. आपने expenditure करना है, capital revenue expenditure the start. फिर आपकी जो sales हुई पूरे साल में वो आपने receive करी, सारी आपने cash में sales करी. बहुत important है because end में एक question related है cash और credit sales से. सो वी हैव सारी की सारी जो आपने पैसे कमाए, जो भी आपने ट्रेडिंग करी, उसमें आपने ऑल द सेल्स यू गेट वर फ्रॉम कैश सेल्स, दैट इज 36,000. नेक्स्ट वी हैव ऑल द पेमेंट्स दैट यू हैव मेड. सो आपने अपने, यू हैव मेड योर पेमेंट्स टू योर सप्लायर्स, यू हैव पेड फॉर द फिक्चर्स एंड फिटिंग्स, दैट इज बेसिकली अ नॉन करंट एसेट. लेट मी राइट इट डाउन, दैट you have paid for your non-current assets as well. You have paid to your suppliers, okay? Then you have done some normal expenses, rent and insurance, general expenses. And here we go, the first missing item, that you have to find out how much drawings you made. So if any student who is watching this lecture and don't know what is drawings, drawings are basically that you have taken out for your personal use, okay? Any amount or any goods that you have taken for your personal use. So in this case, it is Stella. Stella ने अगर कुछ अपने personal expenditure के लिए, personal household के लिए, अपने personal expenses के लिए कुछ amount business से निकाला है, whether it's in form of cash, bank account, or in the form of goods, it is counted to be as drawings because this is contra to capital. When you are putting in money, it is called capital. When you are taking out money, it is called drawings, okay? I'll repeat the point, my students. If you are putting in money, it is called capital. When you are taking it out, it is called drawings, because Stella, you have to think yourself, okay? You have to put Stella in your shoes, that you are dealing with her, okay? So here we go. The closing balance of the bank is 2330 at 31st March 2022. So the first part for 4 marks we have to do, students, is we have to balance the bank account. We have to make the bank account and bring down the balance on 1st April 2022. You have to record the total receipts and the total payments that you have done to Stella's bank account, showing the cash drawings for the year. So we have to show the cash drawings for the year. So here we go, students. We have to show, so total receipts you are going to write down, that what are the total receipts, because in a bank account on the debit side you receive the money. So total receipts, you are going to write it here, students. That is how much total receipts are there. So make sure you have a calculator here and you can do it here only, okay? So 36,000 plus 5,000 plus 8,000 is, sir, 49,000, okay? Hope students get this. So here we go, this will be 49,000. as the total receipts. I'm going to write it down here that total receipts are 49,000. Okay, and because there is no introduction balance, because this is the first year students, that is why there is no balance brought down. Okay, I'll repeat my point. Because this is the starting year for the Stella, the sole trader, it's the first year, so there will be no balance brought down. Okay, let me write down this point as well for students who know past papers. No balance opening, no opening balance for Stella, because this is her first year. Okay, no opening balance for Stella because first year. Okay, so first year don't have any opening balances. Okay, so here we go, we got total receipts here, and now we write down total payments here. Okay, whatever total payments are, so just add all the payments that you know. So we are going to add 17,000, let me just put ticks, 17,850, 12,000, 1,920, 7,100. Okay students, so you have to add all these. Okay, and here we go, we have added all of them. I'm getting them as 38,870. Okay, so I added them and I got 38,870, which with which I don't know what is the drawings amount, so it is 38,870 here. I'm putting drawings on hold at the moment, so let's say drawings, I'm putting it here. Okay, or let's make it here, drawings, I'm putting it here. That is what is the balancing figure that we have to find out. And you already know the bank balance is going to be positive because there is nothing mentioned here. So students need to understand, if it was written bank balance credit, then it would have been overdraft, but it is written bank balance at 31st March. So this is the closing balance, and it also indicates that this closing balance is positive because there is nothing debit credit mentioned. So we have to assume it's a positive nature. Okay, so here we go, you are going to say that sir, balance carried down will be coming here, that is 2,330. In order to get this there at the end, make sure there is marks for this. So on 1st April 2022, on 1st April, you are going to bring it, the balance brought down here as 2,330 as opening. So here we go, everything is done here students. You can tally and get the balancing figure. So here we go, this is the balancing figure, 49,000 on both sides. Okay, and whatever the missing amount is basically for the drawings. Okay, so here we go, 49,000 here, 49,000 here. You subtract 49 from 49,000, you subtract 38,870 minus 2,330. I'm getting 7,800 as drawing, so I'm going to write it down like this. And students need to understand, this is the balancing figure. This is how normally incomplete record questions are solved in O levels and IGCSE accounting. Both have the same syllabus, both have everything exactly same. Okay, so we got the drawings as this, and this is going to be our answer, and that is how you will get all 4 marks. Okay students, so understand very carefully, there are marks for this writing balance brought down here. So we have to write down here as well that this is at March 31st and 2022. So make sure dates are important, you write down the dates correct, 2022 March 31st. Okay, so this is happening at March, at the end of the year, at March 31st. This is our first part done students, in which we have to make a bank account in order to get the drawings, that will be called our balancing figure. Okay, hope everyone get it. The drawings is the balancing figure here, that is the drawings. Okay, and that's how you do incomplete record question in normal case. Okay, so our first part is done. Hope everyone have got part A, how do you make the bank account. Okay, next we have part B students, that talks about during the year ended, for just a 2-mark question. Okay, so follow very carefully, there's a formula here that students need to understand. For 2 marks, during the year ended 31st March, so during the year ended, there is the person Stella, again the owner, she took goods from the business for her own personal use. Again, as I said, that drawings can be in cash form, and drawings can be in the cash form, as well as drawings can be in the cash form, as well as the goods taken out. Okay, so hope students get this. Now what we have here is the selling of these goods is $3,375, $3,375, and our markup is 25%. Okay, so hope everyone is getting it. So we need to calculate Stella's total drawings. We need to calculate Stella's total drawings for the year ended 31st March 2022. Okay, we need to calculate Stella's total drawings. So here we go. First thing students need to understand, that you will have to know the markup formula. Okay, so what is the markup formula? Is C times 1 plus R is equals to S, where C stands for the cost and R stands for rate, and S stands for the selling price of the goods, the sales amount value. Students need to ensure that markup, understand the concept very well for markup students, that it is basically when you add the percentage, a certain percentage in the cost of your product to get to the selling price. Okay, and that's what we are doing here. Whatever the percentage your company wants to make a profit of, you add in that cost amount and then you get the selling price. So this formula needs to be learned, or you should just understand by concept and you will be able to apply as well. So here we go. As we discussed that the drawings is basically on cash as well, and the goods when you take out for your own personal use from the business. So in this case we have been given that the selling price of the goods is 3,375. So which means you put it on at the S value. Okay, so here we go, it will be 3375, and you divide it by 1 plus the 25%, the markup rate that is given. So you will get the cost, students. Okay, basically this new, if you learn maths, okay, that's bracket 1 plus R will go in the denominator. So you'll have to do 3375 divided by 1 plus 25%. So here we go, students, your answer should be coming as, let's make sure you have the calculator. So it's going to be $2,700 is the cost of the goods. Okay, and because the examiner is asking for, this is 1 mark. Okay, the other mark you will get once you get the total drawings. Okay, so you have to find the total drawings, that is the total drawings will be, you add the cash drawings as well as the drawings on the goods. Okay, so it will be 2,700 plus, you can say it will be this one, that is 2,700 plus the drawings previous, that we have figured out from the previous part, that was 7,800. Okay, so 2,700 plus 7,800, you add them, and here we go, we got the drawings, that is 10,500. Okay, so here we go, we got the drawings, total drawings for part B is there, students. Okay, hope everyone gets it, and this is how we are going to solve the whole question. Okay, so we got the answer here, 10,500. Let's talk about the next part. This is for 2 marks only, you will get the marks. Next you have to make the statement of affairs. Okay, prepare a statement of affairs to calculate Stella's capital at 31st March 2022. We have to calculate Stella's capital to prepare the statement of affairs. So statement of affairs is just similar to the balance sheet, or you can say in recent papers they're asking just like a statement of financial position, students. So you have to do assets is equals to capital plus liabilities. Okay, so you have to make on the next page the statement of affairs. Okay, it's just similar to statement of financial position, and everything is written here for us. Statement of affairs, everything, the headings are written, so just have to start. So first heading will be the non-current assets. Make sure quickly make this. Okay, students, so without wasting time, I think it's around 7 marks, it's around 5 marks only, so a lot of less marks are there. So what do you have in non-current asset section? Make sure your concepts are strong. Fixtures and fittings at net book value are non-current assets, so you're just going to write it down, that 10,800 here, that is fixtures and fittings at net book value. Just make sure write it proper so you get the mark. Fixtures and fittings at net book value. Okay, so here we go, we got it at net book value, the fixtures and fittings at net book value, and then we have to write down the current assets. Okay, so let's write down all the current assets, and we are going to add all the assets then. Okay, students, so hope everyone is getting it. Current assets are that are usually less than 1 year and between 0 and 1 year. Okay, and more than 1 year which have a longer lifetime. So long lifetime will be, the long lifetime are fixtures and fittings, but short life are, the examples are there, inventory, prepaid, rent. Okay, so these are your current assets, these will be write it here, inventory, prepaid, rent. Okay, so I'll be quick here, inventory, prepaid, rent, these items. And balance at bank was also positive, so because these are closing balance, we are going to write it down, so balance at bank will also be positive here. So here we go, students. Okay, so it is 2150 there, and prepaid rent we got it as 500 and 2330 as the balance at bank. Okay, and then you have any other thing? Note. Okay, the other remaining items are basically liabilities and capital. So here we go, you complete it here, you add all the current assets, and then you give the total assets to me. So let's quickly do it. Add all the 3 blue items, 2150 plus 500 plus 2330. So we got it as 4,000 4,980, and 4,980 plus 10,800 is basically 15,780. Okay, so here we go, that is coming as 15,780. That is going to be our called total assets. Okay, and then when you are finished with the asset section, you have to deal with the liabilities and the capital section. Okay, so how you're going to find the capital and liabilities section? So let's put the heading that you have capital and liabilities here. Okay, and it's going to be very simple because the next missing item in the incomplete records that we are working out is basically capital and liabilities. So here we go. If you need to get the closing capital, that is the balancing figure as well. Okay, so we'll write down here that this is the capital at the 31st March. Okay, the end of the March. The capital at the end 31st March is basically the end of the March 30 is we have to find it out, but this is, let's say, put it the question mark here, that because we don't know at the moment, we'll find out in the end. Next we have liabilities and loan. So let's discuss first non-current liabilities. So here we go, we got non-current liabilities heading here, and we have non-current liabilities are for more than 1 year, usually mortgage payments, bank loans that you take from bank for more than a year. So these are there. So loan repayable, that is 5,000 here. So you're going to write down, this is very simple. Okay, students, so let's write it down here, only 5,000 because it's only one item. So that is basically loan, and make sure write down complete loan repayable in 2027. That's the heading on the previous page. Okay, once you get the loan writing, and then you have to give the current liabilities section heading as well. So in current liabilities, we only have one thing, that is paying to our suppliers. Okay, when you have to pay to your suppliers, that is the trade receipt, trade payables. Okay, so I think we have that thing in there, trade payables, as 1875. That is also called a liability. So you are going to add them, and whatever the adding them is coming in, 1875 plus 5,000, you subtract from 15,780, and that will give you capital assets. Assets minus liabilities is equals to capital, and that will be our answer. Okay, students, so here we go. You write down 15,780 here as well. Subtract 15,780 from 5,000 and 1875. Subtract these two amounts. 8,905 is the balancing figure. This will be called the balancing figure. That's what we have to find, and that's how you will get all 5 marks if you do this quickly and easily. Okay, so here we go. Final heading will be here, the total capital and liabilities. So eventually, students, what I have applied here is the basic concept. So you have applied here a basic concept, that is basically assets is equals to capital plus liabilities, and then I work it out to get the capital as the balancing figure. Very simple. Next, in the incomplete record, students need to understand, you might have to be asked to calculate the profit for the year. It is very important in every perspective as well. Again, for 4 marks, you have to calculate the Stella's profit for the year. So here you will have to apply a formula. Students, everyone follow very carefully this formula. How do you get the profit for the year? Based on information. Okay, so you have this opening capital. Okay, you need to have your opening capital plus the profit for the year, or the loss, okay, minus the loss. So if you have profit for the year, you are going to add there, okay, opening capital plus profit for the year minus the drawings, okay, and that will give you your closing capital. Okay, so this is the formula in our case. Okay, because we need to find profit, we are going to change it like mathematical equation, and we are going to refer it back to the question as well. Students, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फॉलो करें स्टूडेंट्स आप इसको क्लियरली, कि हमने प्रॉफिट फाइंड करना है यहाँ पर इनकम्प्लीट रिकॉर्ड्स के चैप्टर में, तो हमें इसको बहुत डील करना पड़ेगा. सो वी ऑलरेडी हैव द क्लोजिंग कैपिटल. आप क्लोजिंग कैपिटल स्टार्ट करेंगे. सर 8,905 इज़ द क्लोजिंग कैपिटल. हमें ड्राइंग्स को राइट हैंड साइड पे लेके जाना पड़ेगा, तो हमें ड्राइंग्स ऐड करनी पड़ेंगी. हमने ड्राइंग्स लास्ट पार्ट में ही निकालें. 10,500 इज़ द ड्राइंग सर, तो आपने यहाँ पर वो ऐड कर दिया स्टूडेंट्स, और फिर प्रॉफिट हमने निकालना है, और ओपनिंग कैपिटल को आप माइनस कर देंगे. तो सारे क्वेश्चन की इन्फॉर्मेशन इज़ इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज कैपिटल इंट्रोड्यूस वाज 8,000. ओके, तो आपने सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन को बैक ऑफ द माइंड रखना है ताकि आप ये क्वेश्चंस कर सकें. या आपको 4 मार्क्स यहाँ पर बहुत ईजिली मिल जाएंगे इफ़ यू डू दिस प्रॉपरली. तो 11,405 जो है वो प्रॉफिट आ रहा है. दैट्स हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू फाइंड आउट यूजिंग दिस फॉर्मूला इन द इनकम्प्लीट रिकॉर्ड्स. ओके, सो हमारा प्रॉफिट फॉर द ईयर आ गया 11,405. होप एवरीवन गेट्स इट. आप इसको कॉपी कर लें एंड यू विल बी गुड टू गो. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, अब तक जो हमने डिस्कशन करा फॉर 15 मार्क्स वाज ऑल ऑन द numerics. Okay, we discuss all the numerics, how do you solve it, but now let's also have a discussion on how do you do a theory question. Okay, so we have a theory question as well in this part. That is basically Stella is now considering whether she should start for 5 marks. Okay, Stella is now considering whether she should start to sell at least some of her goods on credit. Required advice Stella whether or not she should start selling on credit terms or not. Justify your answer. Students need to understand कि क्वेश्चन के स्टार्ट में आई मैंशनड एज वेल कि अभी जो स्टेला है वो सारी की सारी सेल्स कर रही हैं कैश पे, तो आपने ये डिसाइड करना है कि उनको क्रेडिट टर्म्स पे करना चाहिए, क्रेडिट टर्म्स पे उनको सेल करना चाहिए, स्टेला को ये नहीं करना चाहिए. तो यू हैव टू राइट अ डिटेल्ड आंसर फॉर दिस फॉर 5 मार्क्स. ठीक है, तो इफ़ यू आर एडवाइसिंग 1 मार्क विल बी फॉर द डिसीजन. सो लेट्स से वो हम लास्ट में देंगे. पहले यू शुड बी टेलिंग द व्हाट आर द बेनिफिट्स. ओके, सो बेनिफिट्स ऑफ सेलिंग गुड्स ऑन क्रेडिट आप पहले वो मेंशन करेंगे. बेनिफिट्स ऑफ सेलिंग गुड्स ऑन क्रेडिट विल बी सर कि हम इनको कस्टमर्स को कैश डिस्काउंट दे सकते हैं, डिस्काउंट अलाउड कर सकते हैं. सो व्हाट आर द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ गिविंग ऑन कैश डिस्काउंट. ठीक है, बेनिफिट्स ऑफ सेलिंग गुड्स ऑन क्रेडिट. तो हम ये करेंगे कि इसमें हम ये कह रहे होंगे कि स्टेला जो है शी माइट बी गिविंग कैश डिस्काउंट. ओके, सो स्टेला might be able to Stella might offer cash discounts for early payment. Okay, might offer cash discounts for early payment. तो ये एक अच्छी बात हो जाएगी कि वो कैश डिस्काउंट्स ऑफ़र कर रही होंगी टू कस्टमर्स. माइट ऑफर कैश डिस्काउंट्स टू क्रेडिट कस्टमर्स फॉर अर्ली पेमेंट. ओके, तो अर्ली पेमेंट आ जाएगी. ठीक है, तो कैश का प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा. क्रेडिट कस्टमर्स ऑन फॉर प्रॉम्प्ट पेमेंट. ओके, तो आपने ये एक पॉइंट लिख दिया. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, फिर आपने ये भी बात कर सकते हैं कि आप मार्केट कंडीशंस देखें कि आप जिस मार्केट में ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं, वॉट एवर स्टेला इज़ ऑपरेटिंग इन द मार्केट, सो मार्केट कंडीशंस वेदर कंपटीटर्स आर डूइंग दिस और नॉट, तो आपको करना चाहिए, अदरवाइज़ नहीं करना चाहिए. अगर आपका प्रोडक्ट ऐसा है, इफ़ योर बिजनेस इज़ डीलिंग विद अ प्रोडक्ट कि जिसमें कैश सी सेल्स होती है ज़्यादातर, तो फिर आप क्रेडिट टर्म्स पे नहीं सेल करें, आप उधार पे सेल नहीं करें. बट अगर आपकी मार्केट कंडीशंस ऐसी हैं और कंपटीटर्स भी अलाउ कर रहे हैं, तो you might have to think about it. Market conditions and competitors' knowledge is important whether they are offering or not. Okay, whether they are offering credit terms or not, whether they are offering the credit terms or not. Maybe इससे improve relationship हो सके customers के साथ. तो आपने एक ये पॉइंट भी लिख सकते हैं फॉर, आपको एटलीस्ट 2 मेन पॉइंट्स लिखने हैं, 2 एटलीस्ट फॉर मेन पॉइंट्स लिखने ही हैं. मैं आपको एक थर्ड पॉइंट दे रहा हूँ कि आपके इम्प्रूव रिलेशनशिप हो सकते हैं, मे इम्प्रूव, कि वो कह के हाँ दे आर ट्रस्टिंग, वी आर ट्रस्टिंग आवर कस्टमर कि हमें वो लेट पेमेंट कर दे, क्रेडिट पे पेमेंट कर दे, बाय अभी कर ले, बाय इन जून कर ले और पेमेंट कर दे जुलाई अगस्त में. सो दैट इज़ इम्प्रूव रिलेशनशिप विद कस्टमर्स एज वेल एज सेल्स भी इंक्रीज़ हो सकती है कि भाई हम इनसे गुड्स ले लेते हैं, परचेजेस कर लेते हैं, लेटर ऑन पे कर देंगे, तो माइट इम्प्रूव सेल्स एज वेल. ओके, सो इंक्रीज सेल्स एज वेल और सेल्स क्वांटिटी माइट इंक्रीज. ओके, सो दिस इज़ द फेवरेबल पॉइंट्स. ओके, देन यू कम एट द ड्रॉबैक्स. ओके, देन यू हैव टू राइट डाउन द ड्रॉबैक्स एज वेल स्टूडेंट्स कि व्हाट विल बी द ड्रॉबैक्स सर of selling the goods on credit terms. सबसे पहले you might के customer might not be honest and there might be irrecoverable debts. Okay, this drawbacks of selling goods on credit terms will be okay sir, this is might possible that these are the benefits, you have to write 2 of them. Okay, these are the drawbacks, you have to write 2 of them only. Okay, so the point maybe ke might be irrecoverable debts. Okay, and customers not paying on time, irrecoverable debts. One of the main problems कि irrecoverable debts हो सकते हैं if customers run away or they don't pay, if customers don't pay. Okay, if customers don't pay, वो भूल जाएं और पे नहीं करें और due to any reason bankrupt हो जाएं, if they become bankrupt, और यहाँ पर हम short में लिख देते हैं कि bankruptcy भी हो सकती है. Right, the other important point, the other important issue is that the company might face, Stella might face management problems. Okay, sorry, cash management problems. Stella might face द लिक्विडिटी इशूज़. ओके, लिक्विडिटी इशूज़ क्या होते हैं कि अगर आपके पास कैश अवेलेबल नहीं, आप सारा क्रेडिट पे सेल कर रहे हैं गुड्स को, तो आपको लिक्विडिटी इश्यूज़ फेस हो सकते हैं, कैश मैनेजमेंट प्रॉब्लम्स आप फेस कर सकते हैं. तो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, आपके पास वर्किंग साइकिल होना चाहिए, इनफ फंड्स होने चाहिए ताकि आप डे टू डे एक्सपेंडिचर मैनेज कर सकें. मेक श्योर ये आप प्रॉपर पॉइंट्स लिख लें, कैश मैनेजमेंट प्रॉब्लम्स. ओके, and to cover the base, to cover daily expenditure, to cover day to day expenses. उसके लिए आपको डेली वर्किंग के लिए आपके पास इतना वर्किंग कैपिटल होना चाहिए इफेक्टिव. तो ये एक ड्रॉबैक होता है कि क्रेडिट टर्म्स पे सेल करने का. ठीक है जी, आप कैश सेल्स में फ़ौरन पेमेंट रिसीव कर रहे हैं, क्रेडिट सेल्स में आपको लेटर पेमेंट है 2 मंथ्स बाद, 3 मंथ्स बाद, ओके। तो स्टेला जो है वो डेफिनेटली कैश फ्लो लिक्विडिटी प्रॉब्लम्स फेस कर सकती हैं, और स्टेला को काफ़ी वर्किंग भी करनी पड़ेगी, इसमें कॉस्ट भी इन्वॉल्व होगी कि कॉस्ट ऑफ मेंटेनिंग, क्योंकि आपको एक मैनेजर सुपरवाइज़र रखना होगा कि जो क्रेडिटर्स को कॉल कर रहा है कि भाई आपकी पेमेंट का टाइम आ गया, आप पेमेंट ड्यू है, आप उनकी क्रेडिट रेटिंग्स लें, कॉस्ट ऑफ क्रेडिट रेटिंग्स, कि भाई ये कस्टमर्स को क्रेडिट पे देना भी चाहिए। कुछ कस्टमर्स होते हैं जो पे नहीं करते, जिनकी जो इमेज होती है वो मार्केट में इज़ नॉट गुड, कि इनको कस्टमर्स को नहीं देना चाहिए क्योंकि ये पे ही नहीं करते। तो कॉस्ट ऑफ क्रेडिट कस्टमर्स एक्वायरिंग, हम ये लिख सकते हैं कि आपको जो है एक अपना एक एक्स्ट्रा कॉस्ट बेयर करनी पड़ेगी, एक मैनेजमेंट कॉस्ट बेयर करनी पड़ेगी, कि उनको जो है क्रेडिट रेफरेंसेस, टाइम कंज्यूमिंग हो जाएगा ये काम, ठीक है। कि आप अपने कस्टमर की नॉलेज ले रहे हैं, कस्टमर की इन्फॉर्मेशन निकाल रहे हैं, वर्क हिस्ट्री निकाल रहे हैं, सो दैट इज़ बेसिकली टाइम कंज्यूमिंग एज वेल। एंड मेक श्योर स्टूडेंट, जब आपने पॉइंट्स लिख दिए हैं, दो पॉइंट्स इनफ, आपने लास्ट में मेक श्योर करना है कि आप एक एडवाइस दें वेदर शी शुड गो फॉर इट और नॉट। तो आई वुड से कि डेफिनेटली द होल्ड वर्क्स ऑन इट, तो इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द बिजनेस, बट स्टेला आपने कुछ भी या तो डिसीजन लेना है कि डिसीजन विल बी योर्स, कि आपने इसको एग्री करना है या नॉट एग्री करना है, बट आपने उसमें से एक ही लिखना होगा कि डिसीजन डिसीजन इज द स्टेला शुड स्टार्ट सेलिंग ऑन क्रेडिट टर्म्स बिकॉज ऑफ दिस मच बेनिफिट, सो दैट इज, तो डिसीजन इज इंपॉर्टेंट, दैट विल गिव यू 1 मार्क। कुछ भी आप लिख सकते हैं जिस पे आपका फोकस हो, 2 मार्क्स फॉर द फॉर बेनिफिट्स and 2 marks for the disadvantages or the drawbacks, okay? And that's how our question will finish. So make sure that's how you have to give the answer, students. Theory, numerics, all done for incomplete records, a 25 minutes complete summary lecture, okay? Thank you.